All right. So, Saabir, yeah, as Charlene said, thank you for being here and everything. Excited to have you celebrating with us these 20 years of Common Faith Ministry, being active in Barbados. I really wanted to know from you, right from the horse's mouth, what was your role in Common Faith Ministry? What did you do between what years did you serve in, or did you take part with Common Faith Ministry?
Well, I would say initially my role was really just to be, I guess, an ordinary member. It was fear would have it, or the Lord had called me to I guess play a greater role. So I actually was one of the persons that would be instrumental in creating and laying the foundation to start the actual competitive third division site, football site in the Barbados Football Association's competition, third division competition. That would have been around, I think the 2011 season was when we actually started. We played for about 5 years, which would have been up to the end of the 2015 season, if my memory serves me correct.
Uh, how did you actually get involved with Common Faith in the first place?
I think that was actually just a chance. I think that was just a chance meeting. I believe there were a number of guys at the time that would be playing a lot of football. Imran, Chris, Reed, a few other guys, and there I would have met them, at scrimmages, just seeing the guys, and eventually the circle became wider, and then I would have met some of the other um, executive members, including Dean. And that's really where the whole thing started. And essentially, they asked me, if I would be willing to come and join the organization, which I did, as I said earlier, to be an ordinary member. And then for my love for the sport and I guess love for Christ, the, uh, the immersion of both of them allowed me to be able to actually make an impact in terms of being able to serve the organization and by extension, the I guess the large society. After the whole football um, experience, though, I actually then went on to assist in more administrative roles, and that's actually where I'm at currently, assisting in the finance treasury functions of the organization as best as I can. I'm not an official member or official committee member, but where you can help, I try to help.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
love Saabir, man.
And Charlene also, yeah. It's honestly such a blessing to see him, see him in the faith and thing. He's older than I am by a bit,
Yeah,
and anytime you really see guys like you from school, my age could be younger, could be wherever, but whenever you see them in the faith, it's like, jeez, whew, it's a relief. It's a real relief. Cause you see the men around just ordinary, like everybody running, being
it's true.
troublesome youngsters.
It's true. It's very, very true. As you know, when Shirley said that there was going to be a Jeremy that was supposed to be part of the whole interview, was like I don't remember ever like coming across any Jeremy before. Like I know the
Yeah,
usual thing, but like I didn't actually know who it was. So when they saw the video count, I was like, oh, you look real familiar at all. Like you actually was a
yeah, yeah, likewise. Likewise. Oh man,
Yeah,
oh
because
man.
you meet
And
people, you don't
Charlie,
realize
anytime you
that
want to
they're
come in,
Christians or not, right? So it's good to know that people that you connect
yes,
with,
yes.
yeah, that they're also believers. So it means like so they just feel like you're the only one. And it's like, oh yeah, I got friends,
yeah,
yeah, that actually have a passion
yeah,
and also a passion.
yeah.
Right. So how was it in terms of CF back then, in terms of the culture and stuff like that? How did that impact your life?
Um, well, I would say that was actually a very, very good thing for me in terms of the impact because I would say around that same time when I actually got my official baptism in the church that where I was worshiping, a Sans Resident Holiness. And I guess when get baptized, you're always like eager and you want to know where you could fit in. So you have like certain ministries that you want persons to be like ushers and you want them to be worship team and all these other things. And I know that's not really my area. I can't really see myself as an usher. Not like in the disrespect ushers and worship leader and worship team area wasn't really my thing because I know that I don't have the best singing voice. So I was really
Mm,
looking for that whole area where you could really fit in and like make an impact. So like for me from very young, I always knew that I always used to enjoy like being a mentor and being a role model for others around me, either above me in terms of age, same age, below me in terms of age. So when we actually had our whole conversation, and I would have met Chris, as I said, Imran, and then by extension Dean. I think those were the most critical persons I would have met at the time, and they would have told me all about the organization. It was just like I guess it was almost like a calling, or it was like a no-brainer. It was like, a year or maybe 2 years into my Christian walk, this organization coming up, sports related, being able to use sports to minister to youth and to minister to everybody, and basically um the whole premise of it, I believe that it would actually work very well in terms of reaching souls, because persons, me being a young person at the time, um the conventional methods of having someone come door to door, that would not always work every instance. So having this new and exciting the way of ministry, that was actually something that kind of, it drew me to it. So like that was actually a really good like, experience, being able to actually like grow my faith a bit more in terms of using a tool that I'm good at. And I also still use it even up to now. So it actually developed me as a person in terms of being able to use coaching any sport, and to layer that on top of being able to teach youth, especially youth who I deal a lot with now, in the ways of the Lord and whatnot. So right now in my current club, Huddersfield Turner United Football Club, we actually started under 15 youth team. So I just happened to, ask if it could be a part of it, and I was actually trying to use the same techniques that we learned 20 years ago to try to, get those guys to come over to see, things a little differently. Not maybe not as well versed as some of the more seasoned ones, but I think at least I was able to give me the foundation I needed, and I've been able to actually use that as well, because a couple of years after I had started the organization, I was able to actually introduce it to my church as well, my dad's house at the time, and I was one of the coaches that they would have had then doing the football program, and there were other persons who were doing basketball, and there was the only doing netball as well. So we were able to start the sports ministry in the church. I know it's kind of faltered a bit because I've taken a step back from the church itself, but at least there was the framework was set up, everything was working well, and I think it really allowed me to find my place in the context of the church I was at. It allowed me to be a leader and a pioneer in terms of starting certain things, and that's really where I want to continue to put my strengths, and still try to push it as much as I can, even though I may not be in that area in the organization, as I said earlier, more on the administrative side, but at least I can still use those tools to disciple others as I come across in my life. Also, even in terms of like, I think that was some of the best things I actually have had like competition wise, even as I progressed playing otherwise. I think the best years I would definitely say were when we were playing with competition, being able to like minister with the guys as part of the team, and everybody was like happy all the time. Even winning or losing, it was a camaraderie that was really a big thing for me. And I would say for me personally as an athlete, even having gone on, like that's actually something I still kind of use as a benchmark. So teams I've played with where the camaraderie is not really the same, is even though the boys may be more technically sound, it never feels the same. So that's actually something that I enjoyed as from what highlights, and as you rightly said, that was actually one of the better aspects as well, where you could meet like certain teams, and these teams would be teams that come from like certain quote unquote trouble areas, and those guys will come on and be like so respectful, come and intermingle with us, pray, and you have coaches coming and telling those guys, there's a Christian team, we don't want any cursing, we don't want any violent behavior, and the guys actually had a lot of respect to say, well, no, we ain't gonna do that here, and you could see that those guys, as rough as they may have been, or the areas that they may have come from, so I had a level of respect to subconduct themselves the way they should as athletes on the day career, or amateur athletes at any day playing in division. So I mean that was actually like heartwarming for me, and very encouraging. So that is even what kept me even playing the sport after I left the club, as I left the club for, I guess I would say, personal reasons in terms of trying to advance myself a bit more in the sport. And I say now you still want to be the best possible athlete you can be before your best years go ahead of you. So that was one of the reasons. But at least I would say that was actually some of the best thing that I had team wise. Normally we didn't get the results that we always wanted, but it was good to still be inclusive for everyone all around.
Yeah, Yeah, man. So, what would you say are the core values called my faith, and how did how were those values actually presented to you? As you said, it was more you saw these things actively as they were rolling out. So being part of the ministry, how did you see these values present themselves to you?
That's a good question because I can't remember what the values are. It's a little difficult.
No, I mean just even anything that you would have that stood up to you like as a young man, or I need to include that in my life, or I
Well,
need to,
I would say the biggest thing to me was really about discipline, and that was something I actually
mm,
reinforced quite a bit when I actually started the sports ministry, and I was handling football along my younger brother, my SAS host, the church that we were worshiping at. And that was something I always instilled. And I guess that was also based on experience with the various coaches that I would have had in the on my faith football teams program. One of them being Evans Mon, and then we know that Dean also would have been somewhat involved when he would have come in and actually ran some of the training sessions as well. So that was something that was really big in terms of discipline. So it actually helped me to be more disciplined in a lot of the areas. So things as simple as like timekeeping, because we in Barbados and Bayesians on the whole, we have this whole thing about we can work on Bayesian time, but there's only Eastern Standard Time. There's no Bayesian time. So that's stuff that was actually like discipline we had to get. So you work at training late, even if it's a minute late, you got the 5 laps around before the training even starts. Even if you had a legitimate reason. So like stuff like that was actually critical, I think, even in terms of helping me get myself ready for even the current world of work. So being timely at work for for functions, being there ahead of time. So really trying to push to get there, like 10, 15 minutes early, and not waiting to get up on the dot because I'm still late. 15 minutes before is early. So I think that discipline is one of the biggest things that we would have learned. And then obviously discipline is required even if you want to be the best at what you do in your sport. You still need to be disciplined in terms of attending practices in order to become better at what you do and actually going at it wholeheartedly. So even having that exposure in terms of the level of discipline that's required at training, you come to training, you put in all and you do it over and over again until you get it right. Even that was also like something that I think was good. And that also sets a good foundation then when you have to be disciplined in your spirituality. So I think the underlying thing is that once you start with the I guess the worldly discipline, like timekeeping and being the best you can be in your sport, the discipline I guess ultimately becomes second nature. So as I said earlier, it would have been something that I was able to pass on to the young boys that I would have been dealing with. And that was something that it was a little bit like a stickler for. So I was able to like press upon them. You need to be disciplined because discipline is really where you'll be able to separate the ones that are serious and the ones that aren't serious, and that will actually get you a lot further in life, professionally, school wise, spiritually. So I would say that the core thing for me personally, it was discipline. I guess that was also too based on again based on socialization. I was brought up. My parents always impressed discipline upon me, so that's something that wouldn't always be a core value that I would always gravitate towards, and it was really like, something that hit home.